speaking of home movies, from time to time we'll take the camera around about through the place and let you see some of the people who were working on the show at a given time. And this was what it was like in 1974. First time I think we did it behind the scenes. And we always made up in the little men's room.
Oh, yeah, there we were in the men's room.
Look at Joel, trying to gild the lily there, sort of. He was really good looking in those times.
I think he's cuter today, you know that?
I still have the sideburns. Look at those sideburns. Remember that? Oh, all that. We don't put our makeup on in that men's room anymore.
You can't get to it anymore. It's impossible to get in there.
Well, you put yours on in
Oh,
the
look at
car.
the eyelashes. Oh, my Lord. Why did I allow that to be filmed? Gee, that was one of the few times I didn't put them on in the car.
Look how young you look then. Was
What
that
do you
before you
mean?
got married?
1974 is when I
1974.
got married, June 14th, 1974.
Must have been
just
not responsible for anything.
Uh-oh. Remember that desk? That was Alan Douglas's big desk. It was right in the middle.
He
It was
loved that.
an authority barrier desk. And there's Joel with the old news set.
Oh, yeah. Is that Marie?
That's
There's
Marie,
Roy.
isn't it?
Roy Myers.
Somebody
Looks
was selling a
about the same.
refrigerator over there.
Yeah, it was probably Forrest.
There's Marie.
There's Marie.
Marie Graff. And is she here? She came in
Yes,
to see us
she's
because
in.
we told her that she was here.
And I had forgotten all about that, and we still had the old news set at that time. Now, why did we hang on Joel for so long?
Because he was so cute.
Not really.
Dum-dum. I still got that suit.
You still have that suit?
Yeah.
That's what the studio looked
Oh,
like.
there's the booth. No.
There's
Who is
Carol,
that?
There's Carol.
who just rejoined our staff yesterday.
You were blonde then, Carol. What happened?
Now listen to this.
This is
There's Susan.
Lamb.
The telephone number of,
Oh, okay, just a second.
Carol's-
Just a second. Bill, Carol Duvall's address, please.
yeah, it's
Hold on a minute.
15125 Granville.
15125 Granville.
That's in Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit, Michigan, 48223. Thank you. Okay, hold on. Carol, classified 0003. A pain bill 2 years ago, a pain doctor.
2 years ago, a pain doctor. Our files don't go back that far.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, can you tell me a little more about it?
What date
Yeah.
was it? You know,
He was an old man and he talked about pain. I'm sorry.
does she know what he was wearing?
Hold on a minute, hold on. Okay. The title of the book was Where Do I Go From Here With My Life? No, I don't know where. Bob, are you shooting this already? Well, wait a second. We haven't even done what we're supposed to do yet.
And that sequence is very typical of what always would go on out there in that office. Calls out of left field and people remembering things 2 years later. And
Were there any
luckily,
Oscars for that performance by those two clowns?
that was really good.
An old man who talked about paint. What was he wearing? I'm sorry Bill Baker didn't start. Can I imitate Bill? No, you do it better. You go ahead.
I'm not going
That
to do
was-
it. I may need a job someday.
I should say that was Bill Baker, who was the first producer, and Susan Smetana, who married Mike Landis, who was our second executive producer when Bill Baker became our program director.
Very
And
confusing.
we're going to see another piece of film. We'll move right into it. This is the following year when we made home movies behind the scene, and we'll see a few more of the people only 1 year older.
Now, there's Fred gilding the lily, so
Yeah.
to speak,
Making a silk purse out of a sow's ear.
as you always say.
Look how
You didn't have any
heavy
hair.
I was.
Now, this was a nice. Oh, there's the old teaser.
Easy old hair time.
They had always.
Such Jane with what's the name of that cab? Beeper.
That's Jane Temple right there, who is our executive producer now of both Afternoon and Morning
You
Exchanges.
still have that outfit too, don't you, Jane?
You'd
Oh, I
think
hated my hair.
we'd
What
spend
was
an
wrong with
inordinate
me?
amount of time primping around here. We do very precious little of
Now-
it these
now
days
we don't
nowadays.
even care.
Now we don't care. We all ugly.
The lights went up.
Okay, it's 10 of 8, and
And
what's
Liz
happening?
is on her way. Liz is just getting on the shore with
Yes, I'm just calling to say I'll be here. Now,
There's Patty McCormick, who now works in Hollywood for Bob Finkel, and she produced the John Davidson,
And-
worked on the production of the John Davidson special.
and Susan has the short hair.
Yeah.
There's
There's Albert J. Herrick. And there's our original Morning Exchange cup. We couldn't
Yeah.
get any more of those made. They
With
were
the
very
s-
substantial. There's
that's
Patty,
Patty.
beautiful Patty McCormick, is going to be married to White Caston.
Just
She was
announced
back
her
for a visit.
engagement, December 23rd.
And there I'm writing both ways,
Oh, that's right.
back and forwards at the same time. There's Susan on the left and Patty on the right, and our guest who was teaching us how to write both ways. There's Jimmy Breslin.
And
Al-
Albert Herrick right next
Yeah.
door.
Look at that. They're the two of them together.
Can we tell the story about Albert Herrick having a heart attack and Baker told him to direct the show anyway? And so he did, and he left at 10 o'clock and didn't come
went to
back
the
for a
hospital.
year.
That's right. That's the truth.
Had open heart surgery.
Baker says
Said
just
direct
direct.
it from the
Yeah,
sofa.
he's-
So he let him lay down.
Yeah.
No, well, this is videotape, in case you wanted
It's
to know.
211, you see him back there, and Gary Kalka editing the videotape.
Was that Kalka? You know that I worked with Gary Kalka in my very first job in television. He
Down
was
at
the head
Mansfield.
engineer in Mansfield. And then he came up here, followed me, of course.
Of course.
And there's
And
Bob
there's
Seeley,
Bob Seeley.
who was from the, and of course there's Harry film. Look at the hair on the film.
Oh, look at Lizzie.
Often happens. Look at the hair on Lizzie.
How
Lizzie,
young
you
and
have
sweet and innocent.
you
she
have
was.
been a chameleon all your life. There's an idiot sheet for the idiot,
Look at Seeley. Yeah, I take
and there's
him
our
here.
office.
Oh, there was
the
the
old
old
office.
office. And you can see the bulletin board with all the stuff on it.
I was doing my scullery there,
Yes, right.
bringing in the cups.
There's Jane Temple Hughes. There's Patty McCormick. There's Susan Landis. Susan Smetana Landis.
Who now
There's
lives-
Breslin.
Look at Jimmy's eyes.
He's had a problem that way.
It's always weird.
And check for DF. Make sure to see if Dorothy would like to interview that particular guest. And there they are. There's Patty and Susan and Tiny.
No,
or
that's
Jane.
right. You were tiny.
And they were the three. They were the three producers at that time.
Were
well,
you three the ones that the newspaper called that horrible name?
what
what'd
horrible
they
name
call
was it?
you?
What did they call you?
Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie on the newspaper.
Okay, let's pause for a few minutes. Joel's going to bring the news. We'll have some bits of memorabilia that we'll dig up here. And in a few minutes, all of these producers, past and present, are going to sit down here on the steps. And we'll take
Flash.
your calls. We'll take your calls for them.